September 1st, Carnival is done with their VIFP. The day-based system, it's gone. And if you've been sitting at Platinum or Diamond on the strength of cruise days, those days you can stop counting. Everything switches to dollars. And the math on that switch, it's not gonna be in your favor. I'm gonna walk you through exactly what changed, what it's gonna cost you to hold on to your tier, and what you need to do before August 31st to protect what you built. So stay with. But real quick, where are you right now? Diamond, platinum, somewhere in between? Drop it in the comments. I'm reading every single one today. Okay, so I want you to listen, all right? The old VIFP system was simple. You sail 7 nights, you get 7 points. 10 nights, you get 10 points. Done. Your loyalty was measured in time. How many days you put on Carnival ships, that was the whole thing. Be loyal, keep sailing. Stack the days. Platinum hit at 75 days. I believe Diamond was at 200 days. And once you got there, it was yours and nobody could take it. Now, Carnival Rewards flips it. Now it's dollars. $1 on your fare, 3 stars. $1 on anything on board. Drinks, Wi-Fi, specialty dining, the spa, whatever, 3 stars. Every dollar you spend anywhere on that ship goes toward your tier. Time doesn't matter anymore, only the money. And look, on the surface, that sounds fine. You're spending money anyway, right? So why not get something back for it? But here's where I need you to slow down with me, because how they structured the tier protection specifically for Platinum is where this gets real. Now, Diamond, you're good. If you already hit Diamond, Carnival is going to be grandfathering you in for life. They're not touching what you built. You keep it under the new program, full stop. Now, Platinum, that's going to be a different story. Platinum members get a 10,000 star head start on September 1st. Carnival is going to be giving you that as a cushion, a credit for what you already built. And okay, that's something. But here's where I need you to pay attention. Platinum runs on a rolling 2-year window. That 10,000 stars, it's just the starting line, not the finish line. So it's not enough to have gotten there. You gotta keep earning every 2 years. The clock resets. You either hit the threshold again or you fall back. That changes how you think about every Carnival trip from here on out. So think about who that hits the hardest. If you sail once a year, maybe twice, that window is real. Under the old system, you hit Platinum and it was yours. Couldn't nobody take it? Under this one, the meter is always running. Here's where it hits your wallet. When your tier is tied to spending, every onboard purchase becomes a 2-question decision. Is this worth it to me? And how many stars does it earn? Those aren't the same question, and Carnival is banking on the second one, making you spend more. So let me put you on to something, all right? Cheers. Carnival's unlimited drink package. Right now in 2026, that's running $85 to $100 a day per person before the 18% gratuity they stack on top of it. A 7-night sailing, you're somewhere between $700 and $840 per person just in drinks. That price, gone before you set foot on the ship. $700 at 3 stars per dollar, that's 2,100 stars just from Cheers. Add your fare, interior cabin, 7 nights, call it $800 a person, that's 2,400 more stars. Wi-Fi, $35 a day, 7 nights, $245, 735 stars, 2 specialty dinners, cucina, Fahrenheit 555, whatever you're booking, maybe $80 together, 240 more stars. So 1 7-night sailing, Cheers, Wi-Fi, 2 dinners, you're sitting at about 5,475 stars without even trying hard. Now, ask me how I know this math works out in Carnival's favor every single time. Because a spend-based loyalty program ain't designed for you. It's designed for them. When your tier depends on what you spend on board, you're now motivated to spend more, whether you realize it or not. That's not an accident. That's the whole point. And that's before we even get to this. Carnival raised the Cheers prices and gratuity charges back in April. Y'all remember that? They raised the cost of the exact thing they're now incentivizing you to buy to earn status. The math is not mathing, and that's the whole point. Now, I want to be clear. I'm not saying don't sail Carnival. Between me and Addy, We've been on board 16 Carnival sailings. We love Carnival. That's not what this is. What this is me telling you to go in with your eyes open, because there's a difference between being loyal and then being blindsided. Because here's the thing, if you're already spending at that level, cheers every trip, specialty dining, Wi-Fi, locked in before you get on board, this might actually work in your favor. If your dollars were already outpacing your days under the old system, then maybe the stars could stack faster, and that's real. But if you're the person who kept it tight, interior cabin, skipped the drink package, passed on specialty dining, and still built platinum just by selling a lot, this program is asking you to spend a little bit differently, really differently. And you need to decide if that's a game you want to play. Okay, here's the part that actually puts money in your pocket. 4 things. I want you to do these before August 31st and you're protected. If you skip them, then you might give back status you worked all these years to build. Know where you stand right now, today. After this video, log into your Carnival account, pull your VIFP tier and your day count, and then screenshot it, save it somewhere. That record will matter because you want proof of where you were when this thing transitions, because you know it's gonna be some kind of glitch somewhere along the line. If you're close to the next tier under the old system, I mean within a few days, then a short sailing before August 31st might be worth looking at. Carnival has 2, 3, 4-night options from most home ports. A quick 3-night out of Port Canaveral or Galveston could push you to the next level under the old rules before they switch the game up on. Third, and this is the one that nobody's saying out loud, if you're platinum and not diamond, that 10,000 star head start isn't what you think it is. It feels like a cushion. It's not. It's just the starting line. So here's how to run your own math. I want you to think back to your last 2 Carnival trips. What did you actually spend fare plus everything you charged on board? Pull your final statement if you still got it. Add the total, then multiply that by 3. That's how many stars those sailings would have earned you under the new program. Say you typically spend about $1,500 per sailing, fare and onboard combined. That's 4,500 stars per trip. 2 trips a year, 9,000 stars a year. 2 years, 18,000 stars total. So is that enough to hold platinum? That answer is sitting at carnival.com. So get there and verify before August 31st. I don't want you guessing on this one. And fourth, and don't skip this, go register for Carnival Rewards before September 1st if you haven't already. It only takes less than 2 minutes. Go confirm your account is linked. Make sure you're set up to receive those 10,000 head start stars on day 1. If you miss that window, you're starting from 0, and ain't nobody got time for that. That's it. Check your tier, run the math on past sailings, look at a short sailing if you're close to a jump, confirm your rewards account, 4 moves. That window closes August 31st. Listen, if you know what VIP stands for without Googling it, you've been out here sailing. And I know some of you built platinum on short sailings at a tight budget. That's not nothing. That's discipline. That's years of showing up, and I see it. The program changing doesn't take back what you earned, but the game is different now. And knowing that before you book your next sailing is the only protection you got. Now that you know how Carnival's loyalty math actually works, the next thing you need to figure out is what mistakes to avoid before you even set foot on the ship. We already broke that down. It's right here.